What's up guys, it's your favorite Kiwi coach, and give me 6 months of your time, I'll give you the best golf swing of your life. So welcome back to the channel. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about the concept of early rotation. Now I know you guys have heard about this in our before and after videos, so we're not going to spend too much time on the actual checkpoints, even though we will go over those briefly. More so, I want to focus in on the actual feelings, the actual body parts, the actual motions, drills that you can do to combat early rotation. A lot of you guys out here in Japan have early rotation. You want to get rid of it. It's difficult to get rid of. So we're going to break it down all in this video. So let's go ahead and jump in. But before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, and that is KiwiGolf Japan. If you're too busy or you just can't make it out to our locations for lessons, KiwiGolf Japan is the membership site for you. With over 250 videos of golf instruction, we have everything on the site you could possibly want. So check out that link down below, and now let's get into the video. So for the first part of this video, let's get into the definition of early rotation. So for me, when I'm talking about early rotation, I'm actually typically referring to the pelvis, not necessarily the upper body. So to make that clear, in this video, when I am referring to early rotation and the body parts and motions to fix it, we're talking about the pelvis's early rotation, not necessarily the rib cage. So that's important to note. Next thing is, we measure early rotation off of the target line. So if I were to be, let's say, looking like this at position 5, this means that the pelvis is open to the target line at position 5. If I were to be a little bit more this way at position 5, this means the pelvis line is closed to the target line at position 5. So it's important to note, when it comes to the definition and the terminology, we'll be using open and closed, and we're trying to refer that relative to the target line. So let's go ahead and move forward in this video. So just like I said in the beginning of this video, the checkpoints that we're going to go over will be very brief. If you guys want to get the full checkpoints, definitely either watch some of our before and afters, because we go over those in detail, or check out our P1 through P10 checkpoint webinars. So if I get to position 5, this is typically when we start to measure early rotation. And in my opinion, when the pelvis line is square or open, this would be early rotation in my definition at position 5. Typically, if you guys know, we like to see right around half of the left leg at position 5, and that would be more so the range that we would like to have it. So if you see yourself square at position 5 or open to that, you would be early rotated, and this would be the perfect video for you. Now that we got the basic definition out of the way, let's start getting into some body parts. So when we're talking about early rotation, the body part is very simple. We've already talked about it. It's the pelvis, right? So we're trying to control the rotation of the pelvis. We're not trying to control the tilts, right? The lowering or extensions of the pelvis. None of that we're not trying to control. We're always trying to control the rotation amount. Now, yes, are the tilts of the pelvis and the lowerings of the pelvis very important as well? 100%. But when it comes to early rotation, again, it's all about rotation and not tilts and bends. So keep that in mind. What we're trying to control is the pelvis and the sequence amount. Let's start getting into kind of some common how much and whens that we will use with our clients to be able to actually change the pelvis's early rotation. So the most common how much that we use is typically more so of a holding how much, or you can think about it as, when I get up to the top of the swing, let's say this position right here with my pelvis would be called 100%, right? So it's 100% closed for me. We want you to hold this 100% typically until the hands get right around hip high. We found that how much with that timing typically gets people to get rid of their early rotation. Now, the more and more severe case you are of early rotation, the timing that you have to feel to hold that might become longer and longer. So to give you an example of that, maybe if you're really struggling with this, you might need to feel like your hands go all the way until right around kind of in line with your belt buckle before the pelvis starts to rotate, maybe even longer. And you might have to do that for an extended period of time. But if you do something on the lines of that, right, that would be the how much, kind of that holding feeling as well as the timing. Mess around with that, and you're going to find a place to where you can start to get position 5 looking a lot better, as well you can start to get all the other positions looking a lot better as well. Now when you guys are going through this how much and when process, a lot of the times that we hear clients say, I've completely lost my trigger, right? I don't know how to start the downswing anymore. Like I used to start it with just opening up my pelvis. That was my trigger. Like how can I actually, what body part or, what can I do to get my trigger back? I want my timing back. The swing feels awkward. It feels like it's all arms. I'm not really synced up. How can I get everything feeling smoother? All right, that's it for you guys on YouTube. But before you guys click off the video, let me give some quick wrap-up points. So the most important point for you guys on YouTube is first and foremost, when we're talking about early rotation, we're talking about the pelvis. The checkpoint is at position 5. If the pelvis is parallel or actually open to the target line at position 5, that would be early rotation. The body parts and the motions that you're trying to fix is with the pelvis. So focus in on the pelvis as well. What are your arms doing in terms of lowering relative to the pelvis? So the arms should be lowering more relative to the pelvis's rotation. That's a little, secret for you guys on YouTube. But if you guys want to get all the details, definitely make sure to check out the membership site. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Make sure to sign up for the Kiwi Code 6-month program. We'd love to help you guys out as well. Driver and online, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.